Okay, so the first things that you have to do before you start a design is identify the purpose, the audience, and the audience needs for preparing images. So what is purpose? Purpose is basically, why are you making it? What is this for? Why are you making it? So there can be different purposes. Maybe it is to persuade people to do something or to think a certain kind of way. Maybe it's to entertain people. Maybe you're creating a design that teaches something. Maybe you're creating a design that inspires or motivates someone to do something. Or maybe it's used to promote. So maybe you're promoting an event or a product that you're selling or a service that you're selling. So here is an example of a design for an ad. In this ad, they are promoting a service. So these are slimming sessions that get your body down to being skinnier, but it's two, also motivating. So somebody that wants to slim their body line is going to be motivated by this. Here is a design that's used to teach about something, how to advance your career. So if you look at this design, it has things displayed in a certain type of way to teach you about how to advance your career. Here is an informational design, or it could also be used as a persuasive design because you're trying to persuade people to make sure that they stop and investigate the source, find better coverage, and trace claims and quotes before they post anything that they see on social media or wherever else. All right, now here is a design that was made to motivate. So it has a motivational quote, it has an inspiring looking picture and scene, and the colors are relaxing, so it's a motivational design. This is a design meant to promote and also inform, so it's telling you about an event. And it's getting you excited, so it's entertaining. It's getting you excited about what's happening. And then it's also giving you the information about when and where it is. Okay, now your audience. Your audience is who you're making it for. So who are you making this design for? So when we think about specifics of a target audience, you want to be as specific as possible. So you want to have a niche. So that doesn't mean that if somebody asks, who are you selling your product to? Of course, most people are going to say they want to sell to anybody and everybody. But by saying that you're selling to everybody and making that your goal, your target, you end up not selling to anybody, because your design has to convey something that's going to reach at least a certain type of purpose and a certain type of person. And if you have not determined who that person is and what they look like and what kind of things that they like, then when you're doing your design, you're going to end up with just something that has no purpose to it. You're not sure if it has anything in it that people are going to be drawn to because you just went and started to design. So let's look at a couple of designs. So we have this one here for Fresh and Fast Barbecue. So between A and B, who most likely is the target audience? And I just want you to think about that, because there's no right or wrong answers. It's just what comes to your mind first. And that is what you should be doing when you're creating your designs, creating something that you know when somebody sees it, they automatically knows this is something for me. You look at this design between A and B, who is the design most likely targeting? Now, just because you may choose A doesn't mean that the family in B wouldn't want to book a trip with Green Arrow Tours and travel the world. But what it does mean is that the type of person like A would probably more likely be drawn to a picture like this. All right, so same with this one. Who is the target audience most likely? Now, does that mean that B can't benefit from this? No, it just means that when the designer created it, they knew that it most likely hit the eyes of someone more so like A. So they'd see it and say, ooh, I know I got to get this. This looks just like me. This feels just like me. This sounds just like me. All right, and same here. All right, now what is project scope? So in project scope, you are identifying your audience, your goals, and your objectives. So basically everything that is needed to make the project. And your designs are projects. So each design that you create is a project. So knowing your project scope helps you to know how much planning you have to do, how long the project will take, how much money you'll need, and what materials you're going to need to finish it. Now, scope creep is when that scope changes. So while you're working on the project, all of a sudden you realize that you're going to need more money, or all of a sudden you realize that it's going to take a little longer, or your target market is most likely these people and not these people, so you need to change your designs up a little bit more. Now, if this happens, then that means you may not have planned properly in the beginning when you were figuring out your project scope.